Sunningrocks is perhaps the bloodiest piece of territory proportional to size in warrior cats. In no other space that size has so much blood been shed. Even larger pieces of territory struggle to reach the number of bodies that Sunningrocks has claimed. The reason of that is because two clans lay claim to it, ThunderClan and RiverClan. Even within the fandom, there are debates over who the true owner is. Today, I will attempt to solve the Sunningrocks debate once and for all. Now, what makes Sunningrocks so important in the first place? Sunningrocks is a place where cats go to sun themselves. In the first arc, cats often spent a lot of time sunning themselves, so Sunningrocks would be a place where cats would want to spend their time. In ThunderClan, the Snake Rocks is also a place with a lot of stones where cats can sun themselves, but it is called Snake Rocks, so it has snakes, and it's not the most inviting place. Sunningrocks is also a source of prey for both clans. Mice live between the boulders, and RiverClan cats can jump off the boulders into the river in order to catch fish. During the winter, one piece of territory can be the difference between starving and surviving, so of course cats would be protective over that. Now, let's look at the history of Sunningrocks. A large number of people believe that the Sunningrocks used to be on RiverClan's side of the river. However, they never were. The first time Sunningrocks were ever seen by the early settlers, the rocks were in the middle of the river. Because ThunderClan cats could not swim, that meant the rocks were RiverClan's by default when the clan was founded, but it never was on their side of the river. At some unknown time, a great flood changed the river's course. This caused Sunningrocks to connect with the forest, and the ThunderClan cats promptly claimed it. The first known conflict at Sunningrocks was under the reign of Darkstar. The story of that was expressed in Code of Clans, and the battle led to the creation of the third rule of the Warrior Code. Just a quick note, but the Darkstar in the story may or may not be the same one from Mapleshade's Vengeance. I personally believe that she is because there's also another cat named Reedshine in the story, and I don't believe in coincidences that much. But the Errands have been very finicky about whether or not they are the same cats, so it's up in the air. Anyways, moons later, Flowerpaw and Birchface of ThunderClan drowned there during a battle after being swept away by the current. Their deaths were blamed on Appledusk of RiverClan. During Oakstar of ThunderClan's reign, Sunningrocks was dominated by ThunderClan. Pinestar lost Sunningrocks to Hailstar. ThunderClan tried to reclaim them by lounging on them and were driven out. It was not until Sunstar's reign that ThunderClan fully regained their territory. Under Bluestar's reign, Sunningrocks remained theirs for the most part. Sunningrocks went unchallenged during Firestar's brief reign in the forest territories. When their camp was destroyed by Two Legs, ThunderClan sheltered at Sunningrocks. WindClan and ShadowClan eventually joined them there before the journey. Sunningrocks surprisingly still exists today, as confirmed by Graystripe in Graystripe's vow. But historically, who should the rocks have belonged to? We could of course tally up the amount of time that each clan owned the rocks. That would likely mean that ThunderClan owns Sunningrocks. But the most important thing in Warrior Cats isn't historical ownership. It's the word of the Warrior Code. Though the Warrior Code says nothing about this dispute outright, there is a rule that I think might be applied here if you do a little bit of stretching. Code 2 of the Warrior Code says that cats cannot hunt or trespass in another clan's territory. In the books, this code has often been applied when a cat starts hunting prey in their own territory, but then chases it over a boundary. It has often been ruled in the books that even though it used to be prey of one clan, the second it goes over the boundary, it becomes the property of the other. This same thing applies to Sunningrocks. Sunningrocks was in the middle of the river, the agreed upon border between ThunderClan and RiverClan. When the river shifted, the border of course changed, making Sunningrocks on the ThunderClan's side of the border. If Sunningrocks was a shrew when the border changed, it would belong to ThunderClan. By that same logic, perhaps the territory belongs to ThunderClan as well. Because of the Warrior Code, I feel like I can confidently conclude that Sunningrocks belongs to ThunderClan. But who do you think Sunningrocks belongs to? Comment down below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I make Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats videos pretty often, and your support would mean a lot to me. And to those who have already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Peace, Rogan out.